When you walk through the storm. Doxy boy, how can you spend an entire episode talking about best walkout songs in British football and not mention You'll Never Walk Alone at Anfield? Goodness gracious, seriously. Back in the day, people used to think I was biased against Liverpool. Yeah, after forgetting that in the last episode, I can see why. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. It's episode number 74 of Career Mode. Returns down the back of the win against Slavia Prague in the Champions League. Man, did we need that, because whilst domestically off to a flyer this season, 9 points clear at the top, that was only our second win in the Champions League. 3 games to go in Europe, and if we are going to bypass the playoffs and finish top 8, we might need to win them all. But today, we'll have match day 6 away at Celtic Park against Celtic, and more games in this area as we aim to stay top of the table. So first game will be away against Latium, right now in 5th place, 12 points behind us. We're off to a flyer, man. 12 wins in 13, 1 draw, and only 3 goals conceded in 13 games. It has been a masterclass in defending this season, but the question is, how long can we keep it going? The third way through, comfortable lead, but as we've been saying recently, can never feel comfortable. Absolutely not. Got to keep on getting the job done. First game, Lazio away. Forza Bologna. Yeah, we are going back a long time ago here, so a lot of people that watch me now may not know this, but there was a time about 10 years ago where people used to think I was biased against Liverpool, but then it was funny because a couple of years later, people started to say that I was biased towards Liverpool. It was so strange. It was like, well, which one is it? Like, am I against them unfairly, or am I bigging them up unfairly as well? Like, which one is it? Am I biased towards or against? You know, it's like, which is it? It was always strange. I think for me, it's like, the problem with social media is you can never really know, like, what the person, oh, what a header, Caesar, what the person you're, like, watching or following really thinks or really believes. You can't know that. So for me, I just think, take everything with a pinch of salt, man, seriously. And, you know, all the things that have been thrown against me over the years, you know, I'm biased towards this, or I'm biased against this, or I'm X, or I'm Y, and it's like, mate, like, unless you actually know me, like, that whatever you read, like, take it with a pinch of salt. I've got a joke with, like, an inside joke with some of my friends, because they're going back a few years ago now, but I can't remember what video it was. I did a video, we're going about, again, like 7-8 years ago now, and someone left a comment, I think it was just a troll account, and someone left a comment saying, maybe if you weren't such a Tory, and someone else replied, and someone else replied and said, wait, Docks is a Tory? And then the original commenter said, yep. And then the reply went, damn. I screenshotted this and sent it to my friends. And they were in hysterics, man, because anyone that knows me obviously knows that I've never voted Tory once in my life. So now we've got this joke that Docks is a secret Tory. I'm a secret Tory. I preach liberalism, but actually when it's time to cast my vote in the ballot box, oh, what a goal that would have been. As Sanchez closed the rebound, I go and put the X in the Conservative candidates box. Like, I'm a secret Tory, apparently. Yeah, I think over the years I've gained a lot of peace in the fact that, like, you can't change what people think about you. Like, that's just up to them, and it could be completely, you know, wrong. They may have misunderstood you, or there may be a misconception about you that they've read online or whatever. Is this a cracking finish, that? But you can't change their beliefs. Therapy really helped me teach that. I used to be like a bit of a control freak, and I was like, I want everyone to like me, and I'm such a people pleaser, and it's like I need everyone to, like, know the truth, and like I can't have people, you know, misunderstand me or whatever. I got to a point where I was just like, I mean, there's literally nothing I can do. If someone has an opinion about me, and it might be completely false, it might be, you know, a misunderstanding. They might have heard me say something. God, I mean, there's been times in my life where I've said something that's been completely misconstrued or misunderstood, and they've got a completely different opinion to the one I actually have. But I can't do anything about that. And so I say this to any young person who's kind of struggling with not feeling as though people understand them, they're feeling misunderstood. You're not responsible for what someone else thinks, and you cannot change what they choose to think about you. If they have a negative opinion of you, and it's because of something which is a complete misunderstanding or misconception, you've got to understand you can't do anything about that. Because the second you start to try and, like, unravel things or clap back, that's when you've lost. At that point, it's you're fighting a losing battle. So you just got to understand that, yeah, some people may misunderstand you. You may not be completely you know, understood. There may be misconceptions about you. You've got to let it go. Like, you can't control what other people think about you. Therapy was incredibly helpful in teaching me that. So Hassan's done brilliantly well there. Rolls it across, and then Sarkisian, goodness gracious, should have been the third. What a first half. That was about as action-packed as the first half as I've played so far in this year's FC. 3-1, but it could be like 5-4 right now. Yeah, it's a great like inside joke with my friends. I'm a secret Tory. It's like as Eli Wahi scores another leveller. And the defence in this game has completely gone walkies after only conceding 3 all season long. We conceded 2 in one, well, just over one half here. But I'll tell you one thing I will say, though, is that obviously Kemi Badenoch has just been appointed head of the Conservative government. And I have to say, like, good. Genuinely, because I think that the problem with like politics is like it's not football. Like you want your rival, you want your political rival to be strong because it's going to Sarkisian fires just wide. It's going to force your party to be on their game and to up their own game as well. When the opposition party is in disarray, that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. You want them to be competitive, to really make your party of choice be on it themselves, you know, to really be held more accountable and to do better, to keep the opposition at bay. And so I have to say, for Kemi Badenoch being appointed leader of the Conservative government, I think it's a good choice. I think it's the best choice. And yeah, I don't agree with everything she says. Obviously, as Cesar goes all the way, what a game. But I'll say this, in terms of strong leadership, she's a very strong woman. And I think with the way that the Tories have been struggling over the recent years, it's a good thing for the Labour government, I must say. They're going to be a lot more competitive than they were in the last election. I know that for sure. Yeah, I don't think the country has ever been more divided in terms of political beliefs, and it really saddens me. It genuinely does. I don't hate anyone on the right, and I don't want anyone on the right to hate those of us on the left, you know? We all want the same thing. We just have different approaches to how we believe would help us reach the shared goal, which is the betterment for the whole society. Does that make sense? I don't know. Anyway, what a game. 3-2, 5-goal thriller, and a massive win in Rome. Back home for our next one, and whilst we might have been poor defensively in the last game, another win means it's 13 in 14 now, 9 clear of Milan as we get towards the halfway stage. Right now, comfortably lead at the top, but once again, not even thinking about it, man. All I'm thinking is the next game. Get another 3 points and stay as far away from the chasing pack as possible. Forza Bologna. Casadei to Sissoko. Oh, lovely. Oh, so nice. And Cesar makes it 1 right before the break. Tough first half this, but finally getting our noses in front just before half-time. Always a great feeling where you can score right before the half-time whistle. Now, when you're going down that tunnel, not tied, but just in front. I have to say, it was a 5-goal thriller in Rome. Not quite as good in this one, but wins are wins. Will we stay in top? Great to get another clean sheet on the board too, if we can hold on to it. There's Hassan. Keeps going. Oh, what a goal that would have been. So close. Bellini to Fabian. Casadei with Zaluski and Hassan out wide. It'll come to Moses first. Feeds it through the gap. There is Zaluski. And Zaluski denied. 6 on the clock. It's been a poor game, I must say. Took the lead before the break in the first half. Not really much going on since then. And it's one of those where we've not been at our best. We just need to grind it out. Not for the first time this season. We've said it. This is what champions do. Find a way to win when they haven't played well. Koleosho also denied. But I think that is going to do it. As the ball stayed in play there. And Hassan flicks on. There's Zaluski. And it'll drop to Casadei, shot blocked, cleared, straight to Fabian. He's got space to shoot, also denied, but not enough time remain. That's going to do it. Couple of attacks late, couple of shots on goal, both saved, but whilst we can't find a second, we don't need to. Bologna grind out the 1-0, and despite conceding 2 in Rome, proof right there is just a blip. I don't think we'll set a new defensive record in the Serie A. I'm never going to have a league season I should say, where I have a single-digit goals conceded column, but if I can keep on getting those clean sheets and get those wins and get another championship on the board, yeah, I ain't going to say no to that. Let's go to Celtic. Oh, and as Milan were held by Napoli as well, already having that double-digit lead at the top of the table. Listen, there's a long way to go. There's a long way to go, and as I said before, you cannot afford to be complacent at top-level football. So, long way to go, even with 11-point gap. Just got to focus on that next game. I know it's so hard. Goal-orientated people, you'll know as well as I do. It's so hard to get your head out of the clouds, but long way to go, game by game. And speaking of, following game is a big one too. We're away in Glasgow as we take on Celtic. Love taking on Scottish sides in Europe, man. But heading into this one right now, sat in a playoff place in the Champions League phase. If we are going to finish top 8, I'd say we need to win at least 2 of our final 3, possibly all 3 as well. So on the back of the win against Slavia Prague, let's for the first time this season get back-to-back wins in the Champions League. Celtic away at Celtic Park. Forza Bologna. I think my final point on people believing things about you that aren't true is going to be a personal anecdote, but I hope some of you out there might be able to relate to it and perhaps it will give you some comfort. So when I was in school, in my final GCSE year, I wasn't really bullied badly in school, but yeah, I had a couple of bullies and people that just weren't very pleasant to me. And it wasn't so bad to the point where I know some people are bullied so horribly it ends in one of the worst ways imaginable, or perhaps the person that's bullied needs to leave school. It's quite horrible, And thankfully mine was never that bad. But yeah, there were a couple of bullies of mine, and I don't know who it was. I think I know who it was, but after all these years, I've learned to let it go. But someone started spreading this really malicious rumour about me, and I'm not going to say what it is, but it basically made me out to be a bit of a weirdo and a loser, and it was just completely untrue. They just completely flat out made it up. And unfortunately, as we all know, rumours in school, they spread like wildfire, And there was nothing I could do about it. And so people were starting to come up to me and ask me this question, which again, I'm not going to say what it was, but it was basically just made out to make me, to be a loser or whatever. And I would be like, well, it's not true. Like, I don't know, like, where you got it from, it's completely not true. But every time I tried to say that, every time I tried to fight back, it just made me out to look even more of a defensive kind of person that had something to hide, even though it wasn't even one bit true. And so I think it made like my last year of GCSE really, really tough because, and I'm not going to say it's the reason why I decided not to do any more education, but it certainly played a part. I was like, this is horrible, absolutely horrible, and there's nothing I can do about it. And so I think for a lot of people that are like going through school and rumours get said about them, and maybe you're watching this video right now, maybe you're struggling with bullying as well. I just want you to know that you're not alone. I've gone through it as well, as both a kid and as an adult as well. And when it happens, I know it's absolutely horrible and it sucks, but there's nothing you can do about it. And the best thing you can do is to not give it attention, is to not give it your time. You can't change what people think about you, even if it's completely untrue. Just stay true to you, stay true to who you are, and just get on with what you need to do. Don't worry about what others think, man. You can't control that anyway, so just let it go. It took me a long time to let that go as well, but finally now I have. Easy. Yeah, win him. And we get one last chance here. Minute to go. I've had a really, really tough game out there. As Hassan finds Sissoko, looking to turn Calvin Bassey and get in behind him. Couldn't do so, and that is going to do it. Man, oh man, oh man. For as great as we have been domestically this season, in Europe, it has been a slog. And I said it when the fixtures were drawn, we will do well to get out of this Champions League phase via the playoffs, let alone top 8. But on the back of that goalless draw in Glasgow, I think there's no doubt about it now. The best we can hope for is a play-in place. This has been incredibly tough, and there's still 2 really tough games to come. Man City and Porto remaining. Yeah, my heart always goes out to young kids who have been victims of bullying, because like I said, for me it was never that bad, and I never want to paint it out like it was so bad or I had to like move schools or whatever, but I just understand how much it sucks. You dread going into school, you really do. And so I just have such great empathy for those that are going through it right now. Just know you're not alone. If you're watching this and you're going through a bit of bullying, just know you're not alone. Trust me, man. I dealt with it, and this too shall pass. And one day, like me, you'll have friends in adulthood who would never even dream of acting the way your bullies act towards you, man. So just know that one day it'll all be okay. Anyway, following game, Atalanta away in Bergamo, back to matters in the league. Right now, 10 clear in Napoli with a game in hand, so a chance to go 13 clear with our 15th win already. Forza Bologna. Does it all work out in the end? I hope so. I really do. I always feel like anyone that's kind of like had to deal with bullying in school, I want the best for them in adulthood. Do you know what I mean? I want them to, because we talked about this recently, like how we demand fairness. Our inner chimps demand fairness. I mentioned before, if you haven't read it, The Chimp Paradox by Professor Steve Peters. Fantastic book. But our inner chimps demand fairness. And so when I realise that's my chimp part of the brain working, it's like I just want that so bad. Like any time I read up on a story of a kid who's been like horribly bullied or whatever, I just think, mate, I just really hope that when you get into adulthood, you know, you're off to university and you're becoming your own adult and you get your own career, I hope you just smash it. Do you know what I mean? I hope you absolutely smash it. You start earning like mega money, you've got like an amazing group of friends, you've got a dream partner, you've got a lovely house, do you know what I mean? Hasn't quite worked out for me that way, if I'm being honest, but there's still time. I've only just turned 32, of course, last week, so there's still time. But yeah, I just any time sometimes when I like read stories on you know Reddit or whatever of people that have just experienced horrible, I just think one day, man, like one day. Yeah, I just hope it all works out for you, you know, I really do. It just shows you that tough time, those tough 16, 18 years, whatever, as tough as they were, hey, look where it got you, do you know what I mean? Look where you are now. I hope, one day. Easy, out you come keeps. Oh, Gabriel. Glorious, absolutely glorious with the equaliser. The defence starting to lack a bit now. 3 goals conceded in our last 3 league games. And starting to slow down a bit there. And this is why, as I said earlier, like even though we had that incredible record, only 3 goals conceded in 13 Serie A games, it weren't going to last. It couldn't. There is no way I'll ever have a season as Cesar almost caught the keeper out, or I have a single-digit goals conceded column. No more than 9 in 38 games. That is never going to happen. Of all the amazing things we've done in our career mode saves, of all the amazing things we've accomplished together, I'm sorry, but there is absolutely no way I'll ever be able to pull that off. That's a ludicrous achievement, man, seriously. Yeah, we've done some cool things in our career mode saves over the years, man. Don't get me wrong, that's a great save by Leandro. I mean, the 40 club 3 times. That's definitely something which I'm quite proud of. But sometimes, you know, I'm on the FIFA careers subreddit. So shout out our FIFA careers posters or lurkers. I just lurk. I don't post. But sometimes I'll see screenshots from people where they've like gone a league season undefeated, or you know, I've seen people like win like a Bundesliga 34 games out of 34, and I'm like, how on earth did you pull that off? Because when I'm thinking, oh, I'm doing quite well, I'll see a screenshot of that and I'm like, oh, I'm not even in the ballpark. Do you know what I mean? That's an incredible achievement as Hassan is denied, and somehow we are still tied. 20 to go. It's been an end-to-end thriller in Bergamo. But as things stand, we are set for just our 2nd draw of the season. And our 2nd slip up in this area. Just can't find a winner. Oh, no. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. Shot for range. Oh, Michel. Saw it late. It was swerving in the wind, but just about got a right hand on it and ensures we don't have our first loss of the season. It's our first slip up away from home in the Serie A this year, and just our 2nd draw as well. Back-to-back games without a win in all competitions. Maybe the Bologna form train is going to start to slow down a little bit. But in these conditions, away in Bergamo, I'll take the point. Could have gone either way there, I'll take the point. Right, let's do a couple more games, because that'll see us close out December and be 1 game away from the official halfway stage in the league. Following contest, you know what, we're still 11 points clear and undefeated in 16, so we're still right now in a comfortable lead. But like we said earlier, man, you just cannot afford to allow complacency to kick in, because as we know, complacency kills. Following games, you know, at home. Let's get back to winning ways here. Forza Bologna. Yep, first time all season, we've been held 2 games in a row. So now that's the case, we've got to put it right in the following game, because as we know, it snowballs, pardon the pun for the conditions out there, but it snowballs form. You know, 1 bad result is a blip. Anything more than that, it starts to become a habit. Fabian's going all the way. Giovanni, oh, clips the post. And it drops to Hassan. Could he get a shot away? No, it's blocked. And Tigran just couldn't shoot either. Off the woodwork early. Come on, we need this win here. It's a free ball. It's chipped over the top. It's a great save by Michel on Pepe. As we'll get the danger away. Big stop by Leonardo. Yeah, it's always so hard to win when you haven't won in a couple of games, man. So if you can grind it out, Win however you can. Great save, still 0-0. But I could see this being our first loss of the season. The conditions, they're right for it. They're right for it. Got to be careful here. Scalvini to Zalewski. Come on, still time. Plenty of time. 35 minutes, in fact. He's really struggling with the build-ups in this game, man. Conditions not helping. Yes! Come on. You know, these games, it's like when you get the first goal, it is a massive, massive pressure reliever because it really could go either way. So the team that draws the first blood is often the teams that goes on to win it. It's tight, it's tense, chances at a premium, but it could go either way. So Sarkisian with the opener, I feel confident now we've got it. We'll see this out. Yeah, pardon the pun, but if you can get that breakthrough, it's massive. Oh, what a ball! Oh, Reynan Lodi, what a finish. Now, when you talk about the top corner, arrowed in like a bullseye, and there is the leveler. Well, I said we'll see it out. Evidently not. Defense really starting to slip now. I've just taken off Sissoko as well. Never a good feeling. Hassan couldn't squeeze it through. I thought we'd see this out. Not now. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Still going wrong. Still going wrong. From a goal up to 2-1 down, we're bottling it. Raimondo is just absolutely cursed, seriously. It's like, I know he's not at fault for either of the goals, but we're leading by 1. I bring him on, I say, go on, mate, we got the advantage, we should see this out. See if you can get your first goal of the season. And bang, we're 2-1 down, just like that. He's cursed. And we talked about this recently with like players that attract bad energy. It's like, when you've got it, it just seeps in everywhere, do you know what I mean? As Bellini goes for goal and he's denied. Raimondo, could he squeeze it in? No, side netting. But the flag was up anyway, and that's going to do it. That is going to do it. Our first loss of the season, and it comes at home to Genoa. And it is no wins in 3, and our first defeat in the Serie A this year. Well, I said a record-breaking season was a possibility. Now, we've got no chance of even finishing undefeated, something I've only ever done once in all my years playing CM. Bottled it. Yeah, when you want to be a great team, one game where you don't win is acceptable and a blip. Back-to-back games is tough. Anything more than that, and it's a habit, and you need to kick it quickly, because on the back of what was an 11-point gap, it's now been cut to 5. Granted, we've got a game in hand, but the team's now realising on the back of the loss to Genoa, we're a human side, just like them, and we can get caught. So let's make sure we end the episode strong with a return to winning ways after none in our last 3. Torino away from home in our final game of December. Forza Bologna. Yeah, it's the overpoweredness of form. We all know it. We all experience it. When things are going great, you feel you can take out anyone. When things are going bad, oh, great save. That's when you know it's going to be an incredibly tough challenge to return to winning ways. Honestly, man, when we were on that win streak, when we were on that unbeaten run, I was like, yeah, bring on Bayern away. You know, bring them on. Bring anyone on. And I know I can take them out. But, yeah, now it's like Genoa at home, Torino away. Because of the form, I'm not feeling confident, man. Not one bit. Hassan plays a great through ball to Amin. Sissoko, who I need to open the scoring, and does. Top scorer in the Serie A with goal number 14. Bologna in front, and it's Sissoko once again. He's so good. Half an hour to go, still leading by 1. As that's played through, out comes Michel. Oh my goodness, he went for a somersault there, that forward. As we're still leading by 1. Not a great game once more, and just needing to grind it out, unlike we could do against Genoa. But as Sarkisian does really well, he'll find Sissoko, looking for his second. Oh, when you're going through it, you just need a bit of a helping hand, and that is a really, really lucky bounce. Normally, it works the other way around. When you're going through it, those things happen against you and not for you. But I guess sometimes the universe does have a bit of pity on those that are struggling. Maybe not so much in my life a lot, but certainly in this case here for Bologna. Sissoko's claiming it, but he certainly shouldn't. But he'd have it, 15th goal of the season, and Bologna should be returning to winning ways here. Yes, thank you FC gods, because this is exactly what I needed. Sissoko finds Hassan. The two of them have been excellent today, and Moses almost got a goal to get in on the act as well. 10 to play with a pointer in the bag, and yeah, after 3 games without a win. Lord knows, did we need a response here in Torino, and we've got it. To be fair, it was a really lucky second goal, but we've been in control for the most part. Maybe not our absolute best, but certainly good enough. And it is indeed going to be a return to winning ways with a comfortable win in Turin. Exactly what the doctor ordered. And that'll do it for today's episode of Career Mode, guys. So big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. Great to close out on a win, and Lord knows we needed that entering the January window. We'll return with that in the next episode, where we might make a signing. I'm not too sure really how things are going to go on the back of that big win there, but we'll have the Super Cup against Fiorentina. First time we've played it, of course, and we'll play match day 7 of the Champions League, and maybe match day 8 as well, where once again we need to win back-to-back, possibly, to have any shot of finishing top 8. Certainly need at least one win for the playoffs. Have a great day, much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.